This is a conversation almost no one dares to have, but every man needs to hear. Behind flawless Instagram feed, behind LinkedIn profiles screaming perfect professional, behind charming smiles and polite words lies a hidden reality about female desire that most men never see. Women who spend their days reading feminist books, leading book clubs, preaching equality, secretly crave something completely different at night. Not safety, not comfort, not stability. They crave danger, challenge, excitement. They are drawn to men with a spark of wildness they can't control. Society tells you women want empathetic, stable men. Reality? Private fantasies are the exact opposite. Billionaire bad boys, vampires, werewolves, dangerous men who can only be tamed by one special woman. This is what secretly dominates their imagination. I had a client, his girlfriend, sweet, caring kindergarten teacher, innocent, gentle, kind-hearted public Mother Teresa. Privately, she devoured stories about biker gangs, mafia bosses, ruthless Vikings, not gentle poets, violent warriors. And this is just the beginning. Police scarl at what women secretly crave will shock you, and it's nothing like what society says. The gap between a woman's public image and her private desires is massive, almost unimaginable. The woman you see in cafes, in meetings, at the gym, she's a polite, controlled, socially acceptable version of herself. But behind closed doors, her inner world is intense, raw, and dangerous. She craves adventure. She craves risk. She craves a challenge that most men could never survive. This isn't just theory. A colleague of mine, a therapist, has noticed a pattern over and over again. High-achieving women, the ones who fight for equality, the ones who command boardrooms and lead movements, secretly fantasize about dominance, risk, and control. In therapy sessions, they reveal desires that contradict everything they stand for publicly. They demand respect at work, but in private, they want a man who pushes them, who tests their limits, who challenges them psychologically. And here's the thing, this attraction to danger isn't a flaw, it's a feature. It's built into human desire. The stable banker, the safe, predictable man, rarely sparks the same emotional fire. But the unorthodox artist, the untamed adventurer, the risk-taking musician, they trigger something primal, something deep, something that bypasses logic and hits straight at desire. The psychology is simple but ruthless. The thrill isn't in possession, it's in the chase, the conquest, the thrill of taming the untamable. This is why so many women lose interest once the bad boy becomes predictable, stable, or tamed. The danger disappears. The excitement vanishes. The fire goes out. And then they move on searching for the next challenge. Think of Beauty and the Beast. It's not just a fairy tale. It's a centuries-old pattern of desire. Women want to be the one who penetrates walls, breaks defenses, and changes the untouchable. They want to feel special, unique, irreplaceable. The mundane, the predictable, the safe. They never inspire the same longing. Modern dark romance novels mirror this perfectly. The same story repeats again and again. A man with a dark past, emotional walls, or dangerous tendencies. Only one woman can reach him. Only one woman can change him. She is a heroine of her own story. The one who conquers the untamed, not the psychic to a safe, reliable man. These stories aren't fantasy. They're a reflection of hidden psychology. Even everyday life confirms it. The women who appear confident, rational, and in control in public often spend private moments imagining, yearning, and craving the exact opposite. They crave intensity. They crave unpredictability. They crave a man who challenges them, who keeps them on edge, who refuses to be tamed easily. This is why many men fail. Despite being kind, respectful, and dependable, they provide comfort, but no challenge. They offer safety, but no spark. And without that spark, desire fades. The excitement disappears. And the woman? She moves on quietly, inevitably, searching for the next untamed fire to conquer. The lesson is brutal but simple. Desire isn't logical. It's not polite. It's not safe. It lives in unpredictability, danger, and the thrill of the chase. And understanding this, really understanding it, changes everything. Police scarlight the truth about what women secretly desire online will shock you. And it's nothing like what they say in public. Scroll through Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. You see posts about equality. You see feminist hashtags. You see women sharing books on empowerment and progress. But behind the screen, behind the polished selfies, something entirely different is happening. Privately, many women consume stories of dominance, danger, and power they would never admit publicly. They immerse themselves in worlds where the rules are broken, where desire is intense, and where a single man dominates a narrative in ways no safe, polite partner ever could. In anonymous forums, they confess fantasies they would never dare whisper aloud. They create alternate accounts, explore secret desires, share stories, and test boundaries, all in a digital shadow world where society cannot judge them. Their private selves live a different life entirely. And here's the crucial insight. These hidden desires often override rational logic. Women don't always choose men based on stability, career, or reliability. They respond to psychological triggers, confidence, controlled unpredictability, subtle danger, a spark of wildness, someone who is slightly untamed, who challenges them, who keeps them on edge often far outshines a man with a perfect career, polite manners, and safe routine. This is why so many relationships fail. Men follow every rule. They communicate openly, show loyalty, care for their partner, remain responsible and dependable. And yet attraction fades. Why? Because safety kills desire. Once a man becomes predictable, once the challenge disappears, the fascination vanishes too. The woman who was initially drawn to the thrill of the chase now seeks a new spark, a fresh fire. Some women even maintain safe men as emotional anchors, while secretly pursuing dangerous partners. The safe man is a friend, a backup, a constant source of comfort, but he is rarely the object of fiery, irresistible desire. The dangerous man? He is unpredictable, mysterious, exciting, and impossible to resist. This is the unspoken truth behind the friend zone, repeated failed relationships, and the paradox of being loved but ignored simultaneously. So, what's the solution for man? Not toxicity, not manipulation, not pretending to be someone you're not. The key is controlled danger, psychological tension, a subtle edge. Be good, but keep your wildness alive. Be reliable, but never completely predictable. Be caring, but maintain a spark of mystery, unpredictability, and adventure. The balance between security and excitement is the ultimate sweet spot of modern attraction. A man who can be a safe harbor and a thrilling storm simultaneously commands fascination. He keeps her curious, emotionally engaged, and craving more. He reminds her that desire is not a comfortable routine. It's an experience, a chase, a thrill that keeps her hooked. In today's world, understanding this hidden dynamic is everything. The men who master this delicate tension, ethical yet daring, responsible yet unpredictable, become magnets. They are desired, remembered, and never ignored. The men who fail are the ones who remove all challenge, all danger, all edge, leaving only safety and comfort behind, and with it, fading attraction. The digital age hides the secret behind likes, posts, and curated feeds, but psychology remains the same. Women want thrill, challenge, and controlled unpredictability. And the men who understand that hold the power. What most men don't understand about female desire will blow your mind, and it's nothing like society says. Female desire is not simple. It's not logical. It's not polite. It's complex, contradictory, and, frankly, taboo. What women publicly claim they want often has almost nothing to do with what truly excites them in private. Behind the smiles, the Instagram posts, the feminist manifestos, lies a hidden psychology that very few men ever grasp. Understanding this doesn't mean manipulation. It doesn't mean being cruel, dishonest, or toxic. It means recognizing the true dynamics of attraction and using that understanding responsibly, because desire doesn't follow logic, fairness, or social rules. It follows psychological tension, emotional intensity, and controlled unpredictability. Ethical, moral men can be wildly irresistible if they master this subtle balance. You don't need to be dangerous in reality. You need to appear psychologically intriguing. You need to be predictable enough to be trustworthy, but unpredictable enough to spark curiosity. You need to be fascinating, not flawless. Strong, but with sparks of mystery. Loyal, but capable of surprise. Caring, but never boring. Most men fail because they remove all edge. They become entirely safe, entirely domesticated, entirely predictable. They provide comfort, support, and security. But in doing so, they extinguish the fire of attraction. Women who were once drawn to them for the thrill of the chase slowly lose interest. The challenge is gone. The excitement vanishes. And desire fades, even if love remains. The secret is maintaining controlled wildness. Think of it as a spark in a fireplace. Too much chaos, and the fire burns out of control. Too little and the flame dies. But the perfect balance? It creates warmth, fascination, and desire that lasts years. This is how passion survives in long-term relationships. This is how a man becomes unforgettable. Psychologically, women are wired to respond to intensity, mystery, and emotional depth. They are drawn to men who provoke curiosity, who challenge them intellectually and emotionally, who maintain a spark they cannot fully predict or control. The man who embodies this, without being manipulative or harmful, is magnetic. His presence triggers excitement, longing, and fascination that safe, polite men rarely inspire. This is why passion fades in perfect relationships. Men become flawless in every socially desirable way, but flawless men are boring. Desire dies when unpredictability disappears. The solution is simple but profound. Stay ethically wild. Stay fascinating, maintain tension, and keep some of your untamed edge alive. Be reliable but unpredictable. Be caring but mysterious. Be loving but psychologically intriguing. In short, the men who understand the secret psychology don't just survive relationships, they thrive in them. They ignite attraction, maintain desire, and remain unforgettable. They understand that the fire of female desire doesn't live in comfort. It lives in fascination, controlled intensity, and ethical wildness. Master this, and you unlock a truth few men ever see. Attraction isn't about perfection, safety, or approval. It's about staying alive in her mind, her heart, and her imagination. That is the real power of desire. If this video blew your mind, don't just watch, take action. Hit that like button if you learned something no one ever told you about attraction. Smash subscribe and turn on notifications, because we're diving deeper into the hidden psychology of desire, relationships, and what really makes women want a man. Drop a comment below. Tell me which part shocked you the most, or share your own experiences. I read every comment, and the most insightful ones get featured in future videos. Remember, most men never understand the secret, but you just got the map. Don't let it slip. Engage, subscribe, and stay ahead of the game. Collision your move. Click like, comment, subscribe, and start mastering the game of desire.